Alright, today we're rating viewers' icons from the chat. Alright, we're rating A-fans icons first. And already right off the rip, I love these colors, bro. These colors are great. Alright, let's start with the icon. This icon, bro, this is a sick icon. I'm gonna give that a 7 out of 10. Now the ship. This thing is sick. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I gotta give it 10 out of 10. I love this ball. Ooh. This ball, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. And then UFO. Bro, this UFO, the wings on it is cool, bro. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. Love this wave. I really want to get this wave. I don't know how to get it, but I really want to get this. This is an awesome wave. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Already I've given this a 10 out of 10. I love this robot. One of my favorite robots. 10 out of 10. And the spider. Spider is clean with this colorway. This spider is clean with the colorway. I'm gonna give it, oh man, it's clean. I'm gonna give it 10 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. 10 out of 10. And this swing, bro. This swing's clean too. This swing's cool with the red, green and red. I'd give that a 8.5 out of 10. Okay, for the whole thing, I'm gonna be rating it a 9 out of 10. Alright, next up is A1. I love the white and like black outline. That's sick. The wave right now, I already see. That's an awesome wave. I love that wave. Alright, let's start out with the cube. The cube, I gotta give it a, I'm gonna give that cube, I don't really like, the cube's kind of basic, I'm not gonna lie, but it is sick. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. This ship, I've never been a huge fan of it. I know a lot of people love this ship. So I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Next to the ball, I love this ball. This ball is awesome. I'm gonna give it a, I'm gonna give that a 8 out of 10. This UFO, I don't know what, but it looks like it's like futuristic with that like this thing around, yeah, like. Oh my God. I like this UFO because it looks like it has like one of those like futuristic like sunglasses on or something. That looks really cool. I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10. Alright, I gotta start off. This wave is awesome, bro. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 wave, bro. 10 out of 10. Alright, next up, the robot. I love this robot. I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. Next up, the spider. I don't think this spider goes the best with the white and black for some reason. So I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. And the swing, I love this swing. This swing looks really cool with this colorway. I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10 also. Okay, for the whole overall thing, 8 out of 10, bro. Alright, yeah, bet. We're liking that. Alright, next up is Jelly Studios from chat. And starting off with the icon, this is awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10. Next is the ship. The ship, I'm gonna give a 8 out of 10. I like it. I like it a lot. Polo, I did not mean to skip you. I'm sorry. Alright. Next up is the ball. I really like this ball. I'm gonna give it a, it's not as good as the other two that I've rated. I'm gonna give it though a 7.5 out of 10. I really like this. Next up is the UFO. I really like it because it is the like sketch version. It's really cool. The colors go really good with it, I think. I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10. Now, the next is the wave. One of my favorite waves. I don't think any colorway goes wrong with this wave, so I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. Always a good wave, no matter what colors. Next up is the robot. This robot, yo, I like this. It goes really good with the black and blue. So I'm gonna be giving it a 8.5 out of 10 also. Next up, the spider. One of my favorite spiders, I'm not gonna lie. This one and the monkey one that I have are awesome. Really like it. I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It goes really well with this colorway. And then last but not least, the swing. We got this swing, and this swing's pretty cool. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10 also. Alright, for Jelly Studios' entire icons, I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10. Next up is Polo, and he has very basic icons, except I really like this wave and the swing. The colorway is pretty good. So I'm gonna start out with this cube. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. I don't really like the cube, especially with the colors. I don't know why, but I don't like it with the colors. Next up is the ship. It's the basic ship, but really good colorway. So I'm gonna give it honestly a 8 out of 10. The colorway goes nice with it. And then the ball. Can't remember if this is if this is the basic ball or not, but I'm gonna say it's not the basic ball and rate it off of non-basic ball. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10. I'm not gonna lie. UFO. I know it's basic UFO. I don't really like this UFO. I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. Wave. I use this wave. I love this wave. 10 out of 10 wave. Robot. Don't really like the robot that much. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Spider, basic spider, 7 out of 10 also. And finally, the swing. Love this swing. One of my favorite swings in the game. And I personally use it, and it's a 10 out of 10. Overall, I'm gonna give this a 7.5 out of 10. Next up is Alho GD. I love this colorway. Alright, let's start it off with the cube. I like this cube. This cube goes really good with this colorway. Honestly, gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. This is probably the worst thing in the lineup, but it's still cool. Next is the ship. The black really goes well with this ship. And I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10. The ball, honestly, not my favorite. I'm gonna have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Next is the UFO. I like this UFO. It looks like a grumpy frog. Not grumpy frog. Cut that. I like this UFO. It looks kind of like a grumpy lizard almost, I feel like the face of a lizard. So I'm gonna give it a 8.5 out of 10. And next, wave. Not my favorite wave, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Not my favorite. Still good. This robot, one of the cooler robots in the game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna have to give that a 10 out of 10. Next is the spider. I don't really like this spider for some reason. This has never been my favorite spider. I'm gonna have to give it a 7.5 out of 10. Never my favorite. I don't know why. This swing is awesome. Colorway is pretty good with it. I'm gonna have to give that a 9.5 out of 10. Don't think it's worthy of 10 out of 10, but 9.5. Overall, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.